Millions of pounds of pension credit have been claimed by thousands of older people in London who didn't know they were eligible. The welfare data analysis company Policy in Practice worked with the Greater London Authority and some London boroughs to find people who should be getting pension credit but don't. Letters were sent to 8,200 individuals in 17 London boroughs, telling them they should be eligible for more money if they just claimed it. As a result, more than 2,000 people did claim and got an average of nearly £4,000 a year extra, and that money will continue every year into the future. Siobhan was one pensioner who successfully claimed after being contacted by her local council, Islington. Siobhan owns her home and was surprised to find out she was entitled to extra payments.
I thought pension credit was automatically included in the state pension. I didn't realise it was two separate entities, like the state pension is one thing and then you have to apply for pension credit. The fact that it didn't occur to me because I didn't know about it. I didn't know I could even apply. There just isn't enough information out there.
And she says it came at a good time with all her bills going up.
So financial relief, with everything going up, all of a sudden, petrol, gas, electricity, house insurance, car insurance. So to have that extra on my pension was a relief. And then one gets help with opticians and dental, which is, it is great help because opticians and dental care is very expensive. So it's a great help.
Well, with me is Deven Ghelani, the Director of Policy in Practice, which ran this campaign. Deven Ghelani, Siobhan thought that as a homeowner with a state pension already, she just wasn't eligible for pension credit. How common is misunderstanding like that?
It's all too common. I think sometimes, I think Siobhan said there's not enough information out there. Sometimes there's too much information. It's very hard to find out what support you're eligible for. There are three main reasons I think people don't access the support they can. Firstly, it's awareness. As you said, they don't know that they're eligible. But the other one's administration complexity. They don't know how to claim, or they don't have the support around them they need to be able to complete an application. And then finally, it's stigma. It's great that Siobhan came on and talked about this, but actually we talked to many pensioners who we helped who didn't want to go on the radio and say, we needed this support.
Yes, it's the way you have to declare your poverty for means-tested benefits, isn't it? And I noticed that you sent 8,000 odd letters out and 2,000 people claimed, or as I might say, only 2,000 people claimed. 1 in 4 is very good, of course, for that sort of campaign, but 6,000 who you say definitely could claim didn't. Yeah,
well, I think we're focused on the positive impact this campaign had, and again, when you think about it, over almost £4,000 on average each. But when you factor in the additional support they're able to access, so most of those got backdated payments because they should have been claiming much earlier. They're able to access cost of living payments that were available to pensioners last year if they were on means-tested benefits. They can also access a free TV licence, the warm home discount. Almost 200 also claimed attendance allowance, which, again, they should have been receiving. And they're going to get the support each year for the rest of their life. We think this campaign had around £100 million worth of economic impact across London. But beyond that, I think the campaign also worked with local authorities, worked with local age UKs, which meant that if people needed help to apply, they were out there engaging with their local authority, age UK, and were engaging with the other services that they have to offer. So if they needed help with housing, or if there were exercise at home classes or things they could participate in, they're now able to just improve their lives in that way as well. So I think the impact of this campaign went well beyond just the financial.
Yes, and £100 million and 8,000 people, and I think your estimate is 850,000 pensioners don't claim pension credit. So there's a lot of money not being accessed, isn't there? Do you think with this data that you've used, and you use data from local authorities, as I understand it, to find the people, do you think it's possible to use that for these other things? You identified 19 billion of unclaimed benefits in a report recently.
Yeah, and I'm really pleased to say we're going to be expanding the campaign to working age support, so Healthy Start, free school meals from next year. I mean, I think the campaign's important because we use this data to identify people who, identify fraud or chase arrears. But actually using the data to help people seems to be a place where we've often gotten stuck in the past. So it's great to be part of turning that around. And if you can, it's a very complicated area. If you can just get the support to people much more easily, or let them know that they're eligible, you can make a huge difference to people's lives. And a pound spent up front, so people are accessing the support who need it and are eligible for it, can save a lot of money down the line because they're able to participate much more.
Yes, and you're very familiar with this data because you process it for local authorities. That's part of the way you make your living. What about Siobhan's point, though, that she thought people got it automatically? You've got all this information. You identified all these people who would get the money if they claimed. Why do they have to claim? Why can't they just be paid?
I mean, it's a great point. So this campaign focused on the practice side of, letting people know that they're eligible and going through the process as it currently stands. If you want to automate processes further, I think it's very possible to do, but it requires changes in policy, changes in how data can be used and shared between departments. And we campaign very hard on the policy side as well to enable more of that to happen.
So briefly, I mean, DWP, the department, has had its own take-up campaign. Do you think that it should be going further and actually paying people automatically as well, in a word?
Yes, I mean, absolutely. It's great that they're doing that work. And I think it's great to be building on that in partnership with them.
Deven Ghelani, thanks. And if you're age 66 or more and short of money, or you know someone who is, check whether you might be eligible for pension credit. Go online to gov.uk, search pension credit, or call 0800 99 1234, 0800 99 1234. In Northern Ireland, it's 0808 100 6165, 0808 100 6165.